on? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm on the road. Please help us out by pressing the like button, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the dialogue with each other. And I appreciate all the support. Thank you everyone so much. In today's video, I want to talk about not having office hours if you are running a business. If you're running a training business, if you're running a private investigator business, or you're running a private security firm, this video will be relevant to you. So, to begin with, hold on, guys. Sorry for the difficulties here. To begin with, I just want to describe what setup I've had over the years, the experiences. So I ran a brick and mortar office in Chino, California, in 2010-ish. Brick and mortar referring to I actually had an actual office. I can't remember the address, but it was on Fern Avenue. I don't remember, Fern and Euclid. Kind of on the Chino, Ontario border, 1721. I don't remember. Anyhow, it was brick and mortar. I had my private investigation office in there. I had my training firm in there, which included a conference room. And I ran my private security company. And I talked about this in other videos. My private security company was basically, it was a training firm. Almost all the money I made from my PPO, my private patrol operator license, was from the all the private security training business I got was from my PPO license, my private patrol operator license. And that's my experiences. I ran a private investigator consulting business, private security consulting business. When somebody started a private security company, or they're about to start with one, we would have a chat in the office or over the phone. And I learned a lot running a brick and mortar office. And this is what I learned, but I want you guys to realize that my circumstances might be completely different than yours. You might find that running an office, or actually having a brick and mortar office, is more an advantage than just running something online. And to be honest with you, right now I'm basically running my business almost entirely online. I don't have a brick and mortar office, and I'm gonna discuss why. And once again, the information I present to you, it may not even be relevant. The information that includes the suggestions, you might find it helpful. I don't know. Anyhow, so look, let's just say, and I'll show you how you can lose a lot of money, you can lose a lot of time. So I think that we can all agree that time equals money. The more available you are, the more money that can generate. I think our greatest asset in business is the principal, right? The man or the woman that's running the show. I mean, your time is very valuable. So let's just say if somebody called me, and I bring this scenario up because I get so many inquiries every week. Hey, Sean, can I meet you at the office? Or hey, can we meet in person? Can I buy you lunch? Let me describe how that would work out. So if somebody says, hey, Sean, I'll buy you lunch, take me, and then let's just say they want to talk about a certain topic, right? It would take me about an hour worth of my time to research the topic, make sure that I know what I'm talking about, because I have an individual that's willing to spend money on my dinner or breakfast or lunch. They're actually taking the time. I mean, I have people that are willing to drive 8 hours to work, which isn't something doable because I'm not willing to meet with people for free consultations. It would entail for me like preparing for a whole hour and then getting ready, taking a shower, like eating a snack, just getting ready takes me about like 2 hours. So 3 hours of like preparation work. That might include getting a laptop ready, getting like a wireless card ready, getting some paperwork ready to show. That would entail getting some spreadsheets ready. So easy 3 hours, getting ready for the client, and then personal, like hygiene and everything else, getting ready for the presentation. 3 hours. Then I meet with this person. It's an easy, you're going to add on an easy, 2 hours. Having dinner with this person or having an office meet. Okay, 5 hours, guys. That's 5 hours of your time already. And then you're going to tack on that this person's going to have a lot of questions. In a month's time, your 2 hour meeting is going to entail a whole hour on the phone here and there. So you're looking at 5 to 6 hours, okay, from this meeting, and you didn't even earn anything. Now, you guys know that I work full-time law enforcement. I can work overtime assignment and make close to, I don't know, $80 an hour. So yes, I'm still counting on my hands. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. So I can make about $500 just signing up for overtime at work, or I can make nothing meeting with a client. You guys see how that kind of works? Or I could charge $100 for the meet, and at the end of the day kind of feel like you're cheating the client, which I just can't do. Time is money, and you're going to have to give an awesome presentation for $100 an hour to answer these questions for the client. So what I'm saying is it really worth having office hours? That's 5 hours. Now, just imagine that your phone is constantly ringing, right? And all these contacts involve an hour or 2 hours meet here, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid for that. Now, that's what I'm saying is, for those of you who are running a security business, who are burned out, I've been there. You might say, wait a minute, I was a guard and I just put in 40 hours a week. Now I own my own company and I put in 80 hours a week. Yeah, I get a little bit more, but I just feel like I don't have enough time to spend time with my family. Well, you might be offering too much free office hours. And guys, your conversations with people are very valuable. Now, going to the training side of things, and I don't mean to demean, to sound arrogant, but in private security, the people that you train or that need a guard card or guard training, a lot of them on skill level and memory retention are on the lowest common denominator. Now, the people that are subscribed to this channel, for the most part, they are not the most common denominator. They want to educate themselves in private security. They want to learn how to better themselves. I'm not referring to you guys. I'm referring to those that just need those certifications, that don't want to advance in private security. They're going to go up to you. They're going to call you, hey, I have questions about private security. Can I meet you at the office? Okay. It can easily take up an hour, and here's how. They're going to ask you, hey, Sean, how do I get a guard card? I have a criminal conviction for assault 6.5 years ago. Or they may not even say that. So now you're going to have to explain 15 minutes on how it works, on how criminal convictions are dealt with at a state level in California with the BSIS, if you're in California. And then on the same token, you're going to have to explain the entire process for obtaining a guard card. And this whole time, you created a website to answer those issues, but they failed to read. Or the other route is sorry, I can't meet with you. I don't have office hours. Or I don't have availability. And this is a decision that you guys have to make. The firearm permit is worse. Hey, I don't have a gun, or I only have 30 bullets, or I haven't shot this gun in my grandpa gave me this revolver, and I don't know, I'm not sure if it works or not. Oh crap. So when this person shows up, I could almost assure you that this person is part of the 10% of students that will take up 90% of your time. And those who watch these videos, I'm not referring to you, it's the ones that don't watch these videos, that don't want to educate themselves. So that's where a lot of your time gets pressed into, are these free consultations. Now, if there's like a benefit, like for example, I did not a consultation, but I entered this this business I was telling you guys about, with where they pay a very high hourly rate, like double the rate of a university professor in the state of California. Obviously, it's not a continuous, it's not like a full-time basis. It's like every here and there. I knew that this is going to lead to something positive, so I was willing to put aside an hour. Now, just imagine that somebody promises you the world in exchange just to meet you. Hey, Sean, I want to break bread. Is there any way that I can stop by the office for 5 minutes? Well, the 5 minutes ain't gonna be no 5 minutes. It's gonna be like an hour. It could be longer. And once again, guys, time is your greatest asset. Now, if you're saying, well, Sean, I'm not a high value business owner. Like, I'm just starting off, and the income is zero, right? Now, if somebody shows up to your business and takes an hour of your time, and you didn't get paid for nothing, you have to keep in mind that you could have worked at McDonald's in California and earned $20 at least. Now, I have to continuously say this. I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I don't want you guys who are starting a business to get frustrated and even depressed. I fell into, I'd say, depression, because I was so overwhelmed when I started my business in 2010. No, I had no mentors. Nobody showed me how to run a business. YouTube was not available. Like, there wasn't somebody that I could look up to on YouTube that would provide me guidance on how to run the business. It's basically, it was like sink or swim. And I got so overwhelmed that I'd say that it depressed me to the point where I was sitting in my office taking naps, and moving my chair towards like the wall or the ceiling, and just, again, taking these like 20-minute, 30-minute naps, because my brain just shut down. Like, it was just so overwhelming that I was providing all kinds of free service. Now, if you get to the point in time where you're providing a lot of free service, once again, maybe it shouldn't be free, right? When somebody calls you up and say, hey, Sean, I'm calling to pick your brain for a little bit. Picking my brain means you're taking up my time. Once again, I could be working overtime at my law enforcement job and making $80 an hour, or I could be talking to somebody that I can actually bill for consulting fees. And you guys are gonna be coming up to a point in time, maybe if you're not there yet, like, you don't feel like your consulting fees are worth anything. Like, you feel like you're starting off. And I would argue that if a lot of people reach out to you for like consulting advice, you probably should start charging. And if you're probably saying, well, I'm going to get less business, well, guess what? The people that reach out to you value your time, and they value your skill level, and they are willing to pay you every dollar. The people that value my time, even though like I don't charge them, they said, hey, Sean, like, what could I send you? Like, how much, or just bill me any amount that you want, that you feel is reasonable for spending some time with our company and consulting with us. And I don't know, like, I think I have the law enforcement mindset still of like community service and helping people. Like, I don't think I've ever charged anybody. I know it kind of seems hypocritical, but I just feel kind of bad, right? So yeah, yes, I should be charging for these consultations. I should say, hey, thanks a lot. Send $300 or $200. But I've had people say, send me an invoice of like whatever, and I send them nothing. Let me go through the comments real quick. Russian American Patriot is on patrol. Welcome. Mr. Fusion says, Sean, is it a red flag when hospital security has you coming back for a third interview? I ended up canceling. Oh, no. Nope. No, that third interview is good. Like, very, very good. A second interview is good. Mr. Fusion says, I don't even think police departments do 3 oral board interviews. Do 1 interview, they do a background interview, and then they do a chief's interview or a commander's interview. Mr. Fusion says, is that even possible? Is it even possible to run a security company while being a cop? That would depend on your company policy. The biggest law enforcement agencies we have, like in California, is the Los Angeles Police Department. You can be a private patrol operator. Like, you could run a security company. But you cannot be a licensed private investigator. I think that you can own the company, but you can't actually work the assignments if you work for the LAPD. Mr. Fusion says, Mr. Fusion says, should probably talk about how easy it is to lose contracts as well due to guards falling asleep. That's like, you don't even have to do a video on that one. You fall asleep, that's it. Jew Grim says, you grew up with a father. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. Russian American Patriot, do some ride-alongs, please, with security companies. The thing is, nobody other than, goodness, what's the company in San Diego? Citywide Protection Services. No company other than Citywide Protection Services has offered to give me a ride along in recent times. I'm trying to avoid Citywide Protection Services, like talking about them, because you guys might think I'm like biased or something, but they're the only ones that have been accommodating, quite honestly. Wind Channel says, looking for LAPD before? No, I was not. Mr. Fusion says, I'll message you a video on Instagram to give you more in depth of what happened. I want to hear your opinion. Absolutely. All right, guys. So, what did you gather from today's video? And the answer should be, time is money. When you give your time to other people in a business sense, you should be considering charging. If not, you're going to get burned out like me, maybe even depressed. But don't offer, like, if you feel like your advice is valuable, your tips is valuable, don't offer, like, to do all this for free. Because I have a lot of people, like, so many people reach out to me. I have like 4 phone calls I have to return, like 5 emails I have to return. I have to, some of the Instagram messages, it's almost nothing. By the way, I'm on Instagram under the Firearms Trainer, if you didn't know that. And then some other emails I have to respond to. Like, I have a lot of people that need some type of guidance. And I do give them my time, but I'm telling you guys, like, a 1-minute phone call leads to 30 minutes, leads to 40 minutes, leads to an hour. And sometimes it leads to a sale. Sometimes it leads to me getting paid something. But sometimes it doesn't, and you got to be prepared for that. Russian American Patriot says, can you give us a quick review? How much is the hourly rate for armed patrol in San Diego? Honestly, I don't think anybody that's starting off should even start working in San Diego. The cost of living is insane. It's one of the highest cost of living places in California, maybe even the United States. And I think that you're probably looking, like, for armed security, San Diego, somewhere between the $25 an hour range up to like 30 or 32. I could be wrong. It obviously depends on what company you work for, whether they offer like benefits, retirement, and other incentives. But that's generally what you're looking at. Russian American Patriot says, and the cost for rent for a 1 and 2 bedroom apartment. Well, I'm not a real estate agent. Like, I know you're from another country, so I'll give you my best answer. You want to go to Logan Heights, and maybe you'll survive after midnight. Move your family there. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more cheaper. But I think if you want to live in a decent area of San Diego, I don't know, guys, is it $3,200 a month? $3,800 a month? Sorry. But definitely do your own research on that. All right, guys, I'm out.